Welcome back to the Inside Job podcast, where we do inner work to create outer transformation. Hi, my name is A. I'm a transformational life coach. Let me be your guide to unpacking, unlearning, and growing. Today, we're diving into this very powerful topic, beliefs that we need to unlearn this 2025 to thrive in life. So get ready and join me in today's podcast as we discuss about shedding and undressing those that are holding us back. Growth is not just about learning new things or going through painful journey or moments in our lives and realize that we have to level up, that we have to improve our ways, our actions, our mindsets, or beliefs. It's also all about unlearning. So when we experiences change or we want to change something about ourselves so we can have that life that we're aiming for, that we wanted to for our family, for ourselves, we also have to consider about unlearning old habits, unlearning mindset that are holding us back in improving and going through the journey of the new. So, parang naglilinis ka lang ng bahay, 'di ba? Minsan, kung gusto mong mag-decorate ng bahay mo or i-redecorate yung bahay mo, you will clean. Tatanggalin mo yung mga hindi mo na ginagamit. Yung mga bagay na nakatambak lang niyan kasi akala mo need mo siya, pero hindi naman pala. And so, ang tagal-tagal ng panahon na hindi mo nagagamit. So, we declutter those, 'di ba? Inaalis natin yon. Just like what happened December, bago mag-New Year, naglinis tayo ng bahay natin at tinanggal natin yung mga bagay, gamit na hindi natin ginagamit. Mga damit, old clothes na nakatambak lang sa cabinet natin or nakahanger lang ng matagal na. And we donate those or binigay natin or probably binenta natin, 'di ba? Inalis natin yon sa bahay natin. We also replace broken things sa bahay natin, 'di ba? Plato, baso na may crack or what, bumili tayo ng bago or inalis natin kasi hindi natin gusto na may mga basag dyan or mga crack na gamit, 'di ba? Ganun din sa mindset, no? We have to remove those mindset na nag-hold back sa atin or pumipigil sa atin para mag-improve at para magawa natin yung gusto natin, especially if we're aiming for something that will really improve our lives or improve ourselves. Isa na dito yung mga limiting beliefs natin. Beliefs wherein pumipigil sa atin para maging happy, pumipigil sa atin para maging best version ng sarili natin, pumipigil sa atin para mag-improve or pumipigil sa atin para i-level up yung career o pumipigil sa atin para i-set up yung ating ini-aim na business. So, mga limiting beliefs na nagbibigay sa atin ng limit to do what we want, and then later on marirealize natin na gusto pala natin yun pero hindi natin ginagawa because may mga beliefs tayo sa sarili natin na naghihinder para gawin yun. So let's take a moment to discuss one by one. Ano ba yung mga limiting beliefs or beliefs na kailangan nating i-unlearn? Dahil hindi na siya nagbibigay ng value sa atin, hindi na siya nakakatulong sa growth natin, hindi na siya nakakatulong para mag-improve tayo, ma-improve yung sarili natin at ma-improve yung buhay natin. So, if you have a pen and paper ready, let's down as well as we discuss, no? Kung ano yung mga beliefs na yon na naiisip ninyo na probably hindi ko mababanggit dito sa podcast at or sa episode na to because these are just my observations and para sa akin, ito yung mga bagay na commonly meron tayo at need natin na baguhin at palitan or i-unlearn. Okay? So, ready? So, let's talk about this belief that mistake defines me. Most often, no, hindi na tayo nakaka-move on kapag nare-realize natin that we have made a mistake and araw-araw we're thinking about this and it's preventing us from taking risk. Kasi iniisip natin baka magkamali na naman ako katulad nung nangyari dito, katulad nung nangyari ng ganyan, and then ganito, ganyan ang mangyayari. And the more we think about our mistakes because we associate it to our worth, the more that we hinder ourselves from improving and experiencing growth and experiencing the journey of new things because we live in fear for maybe making a mistake again. And that's what we need to unlearn this year, because this year we might have other wants and needs, we might have other goals, pero baka mag-hold back na naman tayo because we're thinking about, okay, I made a mistake last year, 2024, and I might be doing the same mistake again. So, let's not limit ourselves. No, let's not think about the mistakes, but think about it's a learning phase or journey sa buhay natin. It's like nung mga bata pa tayo, 'di ba? When we try to learn how to walk, nadadapa tayo. And sometimes nasasaktan tayo, masusugatan tayo sa tuhod natin, but it was never associated to mistakes. It's just, no one is telling you na nagkamali ka ng hakbang o nagkamali ka ng paggamit ng paa mo. It's how we learn. It's the journey in that moment of mistakes and taking action on those consequences because of those mistakes. Those are the learning phase that's very critical sa life natin kasi mas nare-realize natin, kailangan ko palang i-improve yung ganito. Kailangan pala pag nangyari ito ganito sa akin at hindi ako sure sa magiging decision ko, maybe I have to consult someone, maybe my parents, or maybe I have to think the pros and cons about this, but that doesn't mean na pinipigilan mo yung sarili mo to take the risk. Okay? Fear will prevent us from going beyond the unknown. Kasi nga, natatakot tayo na baka mag-fail tayo. And our brain would have that signal lagi sa atin. Yung goal talaga ng brain natin is to tell us na, okay, huwag kang pupunta dyan kasi hindi yan safe sa'yo, masasaktan ka. So, hindi natin pwedeng masisi yung ating brain for preventing us from getting hurt because of the probably mistakes that we will be doing, but instead use those prompts, use those promptings to help you make the decision and take action. 'Di ba? So, huwag tayong matakot na magkamali because it's part of learning, and hindi naman natin kailangan maging perfect. Kailangan lang natin na mag-progress, kailangan natin na mag-learn, kailangan natin mag-grow because no one is perfect. 'Di ba? Walang tao dito na nabubuhay at naging successful sa life nang hindi nagkamali, hindi nadapa, hindi na-reject, at hindi nakaranas ng failures before they can even call it a success. Okay? So, your mistake is not you. You're not your mistakes. You're learning, you're growing, your life is leveling up, and you're thriving as long as you don't stop trying, you don't stop, doing the things that you want to do and achieving those goals. You're okay. You will be okay. Kasi yun naman talaga yung life natin eh. Hindi natin kailangan matakot na matuto. Mas matakot tayo na wala tayong ginawa and then later on, we will regret because we didn't do anything about it. So whenever we're accomplishing these small wins, try to celebrate. I-celebrate mo yan, i-write mo yan sa journal mo, ano yung mga challenges mo, ano yung mga na-overcome mo, na belief mo, para magawa mo yung gusto mo. Take note of it because later on, you will be able to realize and you'll be able to learn something from that journal entry and will help you remember kung paano mo nalagpasan yung mga beliefs na yun, limiting beliefs na yun na nagiging dahilan para hindi ka maka-jump into step B, step C. Anong ka lang sa step A, diba? Or step 1 at hindi ka nakarating sa step 2, step 3. So, take a moment to write those small wins in your journal. Take also a moment to write those struggles na ginawa mo and how you overcome those struggles by reframing your belief into something na, okay, I committed a mistake, so here's what I will be doing next time because I'm a person who is a work in progress. We are all a work in progress at hindi tayo pwede mag-expect sa sarili natin now to be perfect because no one is expecting us to be perfect. And if you feel like your family, your parents, your teacher, the society is wanting you to be perfect, then that is not your problem. You don't have to really follow the expectation of the people around you, but your expectations sa sarili mo. Expect more from yourself than expecting from others. Another belief that we have to overcome and unlearn is that emotions are sign of weakness. Okay? Example dito is that kapag ikaw ay breadwinner sa family and there will be a time na hindi ka naman laging malakas, no? Nahihirapan ka, nag-struggle ka physically, emotionally, mentally, financially. But then again, kapag humarap ka sa family mo, parang ipinapakita mo sa kanila that you're okay, that you're strong, you can't be vulnerable kasi you don't want them to think na weak ka. Okay? Dito pumapasok yung mental issues natin. Dito tayo nagkakaroon ng challenges when it comes to emotional wellness and mental wellness is because we're suppressing those emotions and we're not being true to ourselves, thinking na kapag ka naging vulnerable ka at nagpakita ka ng tunay na emotions mo, ng nararamdaman mo at nag-express ka kung anong nararamdaman mo, your family or those people around you will think na ikaw ay weak na tao. It's not true because we're human beings, we have emotions, and hindi sa lahat ng panahon we're happy or we feel happy. Sometimes we feel disappointed, we feel frustrated, we feel like wala tayong gana sa buhay, no? And during those times, we need support. First, support would be coming from ourselves then, no? To support us during that time na hindi natin i-dislike yung sarili natin or i-unlove yung sarili natin just because we're suffering. But instead, be patient sa sarili natin for going through all these kind of emotions sa life every day. No, second is that we have to also be open sa family natin and be true to how you feel. Regardless kung tatanggapin ba nila yung expression mo ng struggles mo or if they will not listen or whatnot. So, it's up to them as long as you're able to express yourself and let the people around you na mahalaga sa iyo, especially family mo, know kung anong pinagdadaanan mo. Now, be authentic and true to yourself because there's nothing wrong with that. You are not a weak person when you cry. You're not a weak person when you feel frustrated or na-disappoint ka sa nangyari sa iyo or probably nasaktan ka because you were rejected. That's fine. It's okay. It's so normal. Kaya nga, di ba, parati nating narinig na it's okay to not be okay. What's not okay is you staying not to be okay and not doing anything para maging okay ka. At hindi minamadali yung mga bagay na yan. No? Don't get me wrong. There will always be time needed for us, for you, to process it, no? May kailangang panahon para ma-process mo yung mga emotions na yan. So, hindi lahat ng pagkakataon na you're challenged with your emotional state is agad-agad kailangan okay ka na bukas. No. It takes time. It will take you to really sit there and damdamin mo kung ano nararamdaman mo, isulat mo, ba't mo nararamdaman yon, ano yung tawag sa emotions na yan. You have to name that emotion. Sad ka ba? Frustrated ka ba? Na-hurt ka ba? You're in pain, you're suffering, and all that. Ilagay mo dyan, isulat mo yan sa journal mo. And then ask yourself, why am I feeling this emotions? Kung pain ba yan, no? Frustration ba yan? Isulat mo para ma-identify mo kung ano yung emotion na yan at para ma-ask mo yung sarili mo na bakit? Ba't ko nararamdaman yon? Otherwise, maglilinger lang yan siya kung hindi mo naintindihan yung sarili mo. Self-awareness means you are aware of what your emotions are and what brought about that emotions. Our emotions or whatever we feel is valid. It's always valid kasi ikaw ang nakaramdam yan eh. Hindi naman yung mga tao na sa paligid mo, no? But what you do for feeling that way, what you do because you're having that kind of emotion, the actions that you will be doing because or as a response to that emotion, that's on you. That's your responsibility. And we have to be careful when we're making decisions out of emotions kasi hindi dapat yun ang tamang panahon to make decisions. Okay? You are not weak if you are true to yourself, okay? You are not weak if you are emotional or when you're showing your true emotions. You know, actually, it's a sign of courage kasi nagpapakatotoo ka at sinasabi mo kung ano yung nararamdaman mo and you will not hold back kasi nga gusto mo ma-express yung sarili mo and that's fine. Okay? That's fine. You'll be okay. Another belief that we need to unlearn is yung belief na self-care or self-love is a sign of selfishness. That is not true. Come to think of it, let's say for example, you're a breadwinner, no, sa family mo. Ikaw yung inaasahan ng family mo. And then, you're not taking care of yourself because lahat na lang binibigay mo sa kanila. Financially, time, energy, effort, no, lahat sa kanila. And you're like a cup, no, na walang nilalagay na laman. So, unti-unting nauubos. What will you give them kung wala ka nang maibigay? So the highest form of love is you taking care of yourself and loving yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself at nagkasakit ka, something happened to you, how will you be able to support your family if you're a breadwinner? How will you enjoy the time being with your family or with your kids kung ikaw ay kung hindi mo inaalagaan ang sarili mo, and then later on, you know, nagkasakit ka. This is something na we have to always think about, na our time here on earth is not permanent, right? Alam naman natin lahat yan na hindi permanent yung buhay natin, at alam din natin na anytime pwedeng may mangyari sa atin. So how can we enjoy life every day, no? Every present moment na meron tayo kasama yung mga mahal natin sa buhay if we're not taking care of ourselves. Kung nagkakasakit tayo, naaalis yung mga oras or nawawala yung mga oras na supposedly kasama natin sila at nag-i-enjoy at sinasamahan natin sila at nakikita natin yung mga nangyayari sa life nila at naging involved tayo sa life nila if tayo ay nakakulong sa kwarto o ospital dahil we can no longer afford to even move because we're sick, right? So taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually is critical so that you can still enjoy this life. You can enjoy the time with yourself and that time with your family. Okay? So alisin natin yung belief na yan na selfishness kapag inuna ko yung sarili ko or kapag I'm taking care of myself. So do the things that will make you happy. Do something for yourself. If you're the kind of person na, alam mo yon, mahilig magbigay ng service sa ibang tao, you also give that to yourself, no? Ipa-pamper mo yung sarili mo, you serve yourself in such a way na, alam mo, kahit magtimpla ka ng coffee or hot chocolate dyan and it will make you happy, then that's self-care, no? That's you making yourself happy. Inuuna mo yung happiness mo because, again, kung ikaw ay parati na lang stress, parati na lang pagod, parati na lang may sakit, 'di ba? Parati na lang in pain. Ano pwede mong mabigay sa family mo? You will become toxic. So, take care of yourself because taking care of yourself is not a sign of being selfish. Another belief that we need to unlearn, especially when it comes to relationship, is that we believe that conflict is always negative. No, when there's conflict, when there's confrontation, at nag-uusap pa kayo, is actually a sign of good relationship. Why? Because you're still communicating. Yung mahirap dito is that when you're trying to communicate to someone and that someone is no longer interested, you know, to talk about it. That person has, you know, decided to end the relationship by not talking about it or by not having a conversation. That's the negative one, okay? Confrontation is healthy in a relationship because you have the chance to say your piece. No, there's the tennis match conversation kapag may confrontation or conflict na kailangan mong i-resolve because you're still communicating. The moment na mawala na yung communication, whether galit ka o hindi, then that means to say namamatay na yung connection sa relationship. So it's good, no? Rewire your belief or your mindset into something positive na when there's conflict, it's not a sign of negativity. When there's conflict, which we call a healthy conflict, is a sign na the relationship can still be mended, no? That we are trying to mend the relationship and continue to save that relationship and foster growth in that relationship dahil we still continue to communicate. So conflict is not at all negative sa lahat ng panahon, okay? Or sa lahat ng pagkakataon. Conflict is good as long as the two people or both parties are willing to communicate. Kahit na mag-argue pa yan or magkaroon ng discussion, it's still good, it's still healthy. Why? Because everyone wants to be heard. And the other side should always be able to listen. Okay? It's a give and take. It's a tennis match conversation kapag merong ganitong klaseng nangyayari sa relationship. So, healthy conflict is still a healthy part of communication when it comes to relationship. May kasabihan na no man is an island, meaning to say na walang tao na nabubuhay na mag-isa lang. Hindi po pwedeng mag-isa ka lang. No? Kahit sabihin mo you're alone at home and all that, still you're connecting to people. May boss ka, may client ka, may kaibigan ka, may family ka. There's these different types of relationship. Merong mga confrontation, that's still good. No, it's because you're still willing to be heard, you're willing to listen, and you're willing to mend the relationship. Kapag wala yon, then ano pang effort ang pwede nating gawin, 'di ba? Ayaw na nung kabilang panic. So, conflict is not always bad. Another belief that I think is also very important, especially for those people who feel like it's too late for me to start over. Whatever your age right now, it's not too late to start over. Okay, habang nabubuhay ka, it's okay to start over. Hindi natatapos yung mga pangarap natin at mag-reset sa kahit na anong edad. Kahit na kay 50 years old and above, especially if nandiyan ka na sa edad na yan, na feeling natin parang it's too late na kasi malapit na matapos yung oras natin dito sa mundo. No, kasi wala pa eh. Hindi ka pa tinatawag eh. Meron ka pang pwedeng gawin for yourself, for your family, for the people around you. Okay? So you can still do the things that you love to do. Huwag mo nang hintayin pa na during your or sa oras nang nasa deathbed ka na, nagsisisi ka kasi hindi mo nagawa. Okay? Yun ang pinaka, I think, mahirap tanggapin kung nandun ka na sa final hours mo and then nagsisisi ka kasi ba't hindi ko yun tinry, ba't hindi ko ginawa, ba't hindi ko itong taon na to kinausap, or bakit hindi ako nagtry na humanap na ibang career wherein I'm so unhappy dito sa career na to, something like that, no? So let's not give ourselves that opportunity na mag-regret sa mga bagay na hindi natin nagawa kahit na gustong-gusto natin because we're thinking na it's too late for us to start over. No, wala ano bang age na dapat na mag-stop ka to dream. Okay? Merong iba dyan, like si Mel Robbins, right? 54 years old na siya, if I'm not mistaken. Pero tingnan mo, may podcast siya ngayon, diba? And she's really a good coach and has been influencing a lot of people around the world. Bakit si Tony Robbins, until now, at this very moment, meron siyang program na binibigay sa mga tao para matulungan nila to change people's lives, no? There's a free 3-hour or 3-day training from Tony Robbins. I've been attending for so many years. I think ilang 2 to 3 years na mga training si Tony na uma-attend ako. And every time na uma-attend ako doon, parang nagbabago ang paningin ko sa maraming bagay dito sa mundo, especially about the things na I still want to do. No, I'm at the stage of my life na I'm not only doing the things that I love because I just love doing it. I'm doing the things that I love because I know it will give value to people. You should not stop dreaming and achieving your dreams. It might look like parang it doesn't make sense right now, but when you start doing it and you're enjoying doing it, may fulfillment kang mararamdaman. And you don't know baka kung sino yung tao na yun, kahit isang tao lang dyan na ma-influence mo that will save their lives and mabago mo yung buhay nila. That's something that money cannot buy. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Kahit sa age ko na ganito, it's because I love what I do and I love to hear stories na napanood ko yung podcast mo, or may mga nagsasabi niya na ba't wala ka na namang bagong podcast. I've been watching or I've been checking yung mga new uploads mo pero bakit wala, 'di ba? So nakaka-guilty yun ang nakaka-guilty para sa akin because I feel like sometimes what's the sense of the things that I'm doing, no? Para minsan hindi ko nakikita yung sense kasi nakakaligtaan ko ano ba yung purpose ko. But then again, when I go back to reading my journals and all that, yung mga previous posts ko, and sabi ko, grabe ang fire na meron ako noon. So where is it right now? It's because there are things happening internally na minsan hindi natin napapansin na binabrush off pala natin. And another belief na need din natin na i-unlearn is that we believe na dapat we are being validated by, people around us. Well, validation doesn't come or should not be coming from other people. Validation comes from within. Tayo lang ang nakakaalam kung sino tayo nakakakilala sa sarili natin, and we don't need other people to validate us just so we feel like yung existence natin has value. Tayo yung magva-validate nun. Also, when we seek validation from others, ang bilis natin maniwala sa kanila kaysa paniwalaan yung sarili natin. Pagka we depend our happiness and our worth from how people treat us, we are giving them power to manipulate how we see ourselves. Kailangan kilala mo yung sarili mo and you're able to define who you are. You're able to say who you are and you're able to be who you are instead of waiting for others to tell you who you should be. Validation comes from within. Lagi kong inuulit-ulit yan, that it doesn't matter what people will say about you or think about you or perceive you. Those doesn't matter. Wala tayong business sa opinion ng ibang tao about us, kasi ang business lang natin is yung opinion natin sa sarili natin. And that's very important, kasi sa relationship, sa trabaho, sa how you deal with life, how you perceive the world, it's important that you have that intact na pagkakakilala sa sarili mo, kasi yan yung anchor mo. Hindi ka maliligaw kapag kilala mo yung sarili mo at alam mo kung ano yung worth mo. You observe the action of people and how they treat you and how they make you feel. Kasi di mo malalaman kung ano ang halaga mo sa kanila o kung may halaga ka ba sa kanila. And you have to stand firm by knowing who you are. Kasi importante yun. That's why this is inner work. This is how inner work will transform your life, because alam mo na nanggagaling yun sa loob. This is how you see yourself in your own lens. Diba? Hindi yan through the lens of other people, but you seeing yourself through your own lens. And so you will not anymore believe what people will say and perceive you. Siguro yung last ko na lang na ma-share na need natin i-unlearn is yung belief na when we rest, we're lazy. Okay? Minsan kasi nagigilty ako kapag nagre-rest ako, feeling ko na parang ang tamad-tamad ko, feeling ko nagpo-procrastinate ako, feeling ko parang hindi ako yun. But I train myself to rewire yung thinking ko, itong mga inner critic ko, na of course I'm working, so I needed rest. And to be able to sleep 8 hours a day because I'm working on a graveyard shift is already considered as a success. No? Minsan, kailangan mo ring i-define yung success mo para ma-achieve mo yung, alam mo yun, yung satisfaction sa self mo. Success is not only about, buying new house or getting the car that you want, or you have this X amount of money on your bank account, but as simple as being able to sleep 8 hours a day. Isipin mo yun, tuloy-tuloy yung tulog mo, and na-energize ka, and na-charge down ka, and ready ka na uli sa next mong day to fulfill. You have already experience success, kasi you will become productive kapag nakapag-rest ka. So it's not true that resting is a sign of laziness, that you are procrastinating. Hindi yan. It's because rest is very important. No, it's part of taking care of yourself. So redefine your success, na hindi ibig sabihin kailangan mag-work ka 24/7 para masabi na successful ka. Madami kang side hustle para masabi na successful ka. It's not true, because you have to be clear about what success looks like for you. Maybe we need to change that mindset, that success comes in little things that we accomplish and able to do on a daily basis. Because hindi naman natin masasabi kung hanggang saan tayo. So might as well enjoy every moment of your life, every minute, every hour ng buhay mo. Just be present and be able to enjoy kung anong meron ka. That's already a success, because you're happy, because you feel like, you're able to do it, and so good job self. right? So I think those are the mindset or beliefs na very important na dapat nating ma-learn this 2025 so we can thrive in life para hindi magiging hinder yon para sa pagiging productive natin, pag-grow natin na sa person, pagbabago ng buhay natin into something that we really want, yung life na gusto talaga natin, ma-achieve natin, simple or extravagant man yan, it doesn't matter as long as you're working on it and that you're giving your best and you're giving it a try and you're making the first step at hindi ka natatago doon sa limiting beliefs mo na ay baka hindi ako maging successful, ay baka mag-fail lang ako dyan or baka ma-reject ako or baka mapahiya lang ako sa mga tao. Those will hinder your growth, your happiness, and the possibility na maging successful ka, whatever success is for you. I also had a limiting belief before that I have to change at i-unlearn sa life ko. That was more than a decade ago. Yung belief na during that time when I was really suffering and having challenges sa life ko, na feeling ko parang wala nang patutunguhan yung buhay ko and I wanted to end things up. And naisip ko, may dalawa pala akong anak na naghihintay. Yung belief na God is punishing me, reason why I'm having challenges sa life ko kasi I'm a bad person. No, that's something na kapag naalala ko, very emotional ako is because bakit ganun yung naisip ko when God is so good? No, God is not punishing us when we are facing challenges. Hindi ito punishment sa mga bad decisions natin or mistakes natin, but those are lessons. Those are lessons as a result ng mga decisions na ginawa natin. And I will not call it as a mistake, siguro. Yeah, I will not call it as a mistake. Those are things that I have to go through on my own para ma-realize ko kung ano ang tama at mali para sa akin at ma-realize ko kung ano yung worth ko bilang isang tao at ma-realize ko na I can still improve and do better sa life ko and become a better person and become a good person and to always do good. Nung na-realize ko na, oh, God is not punishing me because alam ko mahal niya ako. You have to really be clear on that belief and itulungan mo yung sarili mo na i-rewire mo yung negative belief mo and meaning na binibigay mo sa nangyayari sa buhay mo because it will make or break you. Pag inisip mo na, kaya ako nagsasuffer ngayon kasi hindi ako mabuting tao, kasi mali yung ginawa ko, kasi hindi ako nakinig sa ganito, so I'm the one to blame and dahil dito pinaparusahan ako ni God, manghihina ka mawawalan ka ng pag-asa sa buhay. So that was my turning point. That was the time when I was actually crying in the middle of the night thinking how to end my life. Kasi iniisip ko that God is punishing me because I was not a good person. I realized during that time na I almost gave up na hindi ako pinanganak na ganito. No, you are more than what you're experiencing right now. And doon ko na pagtanto na mali pala yung iniisip ko about kay God, because if hindi dahil sa Kanya, I will not be here doing this podcast and sharing my experiences sa life. Okay? So, belief is so powerful. Mindset is about the belief na na-develop natin sa sarili natin. And yung mga belief na yan comes from the experiences we had when we were still young or nung mga bata pa tayo, mga panahon na nagkakaisip tayo hanggang sa 7 years old tayo. And during teenage life and the first, heartbreak that we have, we created also or developed certain beliefs na nagiging dahilan kung bakit we act out of fear. And we have to change that because it's forming our mindset. And when we have that mindset, negative mindset, or tinatawag natin fixed mindset, no? Kasi there are two types of mindset, growth mindset and fixed mindset. And when we develop fixed mindset, yung feeling natin hanggang dito na lang tayo, or hindi na tayo pwedeng mag-improve, or wala ka nang pwedeng magawa, wala ka nang potential, then you're stopping or you're putting a hindrance and a halt doon sa iyong growth. Well, if we want to level up our life and transform our lives and make it something that we truly want and desire, kailangan i-change mo rin yung belief system mo. Baka kasi puro mga disempowering beliefs or negative beliefs yung na-develop. When you say that I'm not good enough, well, I'm a work in progress and I'm learning because I have capability and skills that I can, use, 'di ba? Para magawa ko yung dapat ko gawin. So, it's also the type of language na ginagamit mo when you're talking to yourself. That will also help. Another thing that could help you is also writing down your thoughts, evaluating and creating that, awareness sa sarili mo about how you feel, about why you feel that way, about why you think or perceive certain things sa buhay mo that is impacting your decision making. And it will take time for you to also develop that unless na lang kung gagawin mo siyang habit, positive habit that would enhance yung capability mo to make positive decisions sa buhay mo. You're coming from a place of wanting to grow, not coming from a place of fear of failure. So my challenge to you now before I end this podcast is you write down what are the limiting beliefs that I will need to unlearn this year so I can thrive in life. So, get a pen and paper and write down sa paper na yan or sa journal na yan. And share in the comments below kung ano yung mga na-realize mo na kailangan mong i-unlearn na baka hindi ko rin na-realize na kailangan ko rin pala yun. Ako. Because this podcast is all about transformation. Kailangan nagsisimula yan sa loob, hindi sa labas. It's from inside out. So, we can make the changes sa sarili natin para magkaroon ng result, outside, okay, yung outer transformation na tinatawag. So yun lang, and thank you so much for watching. If you just happen to watch this video and you're still haven't subscribed yet on this channel, please do click the subscribe button so you can be notified once I have a new uploaded contents. So if you also like this content, please share this to your friends or relatives or someone who might need to hear this. See you again on the next episode.